Hello, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kaylee. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me here on my channel today. I have been wanting to do this review for some time now. I've actually had this Urban Decay brow blade here on my beauty table desk thing since just after it launched a couple months ago, and I've been testing it out slowly but surely, just trying to get my thoughts together and really decide if I liked it or not. I know I'm a little bit late to the game on this review, but I still wanted to get it out for you guys just because everybody has different opinions about products. I am a MAC Shape and Shade lover. This is my all-time favorite. These are a little bit comparable to each other, so I wanted to do a comparison review of these two guys here today, kind of mainly focusing on this, but giving you guys kind of a review of both. So if you guys like these shorter type review videos, definitely give this a thumbs up so that I know and I can do more videos like this in the future. If it's something that you guys want and something that you like and appreciate, definitely let me know. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to be subscribed. Go ahead and click the red button right down below if you want to. It would be awesome to be YouTube friends, but I totally get it. If I'm not your cup of tea, I get it. It's fine. So if you guys are ready to see the comparison of the Urban Decay Brow Blade against the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tint, then please keep watching and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we've got the Urban Decay Brow Blade here as well as the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Sculpting thing. So I'm just going to go through and do one brow at a time. I've been using this for a couple months and I really like it. And I purchased this. I've had this for probably a month and I've probably used it like maybe 10 times now. So I have a really good idea of how this works and how it performs. Nice and close and personal. So with this guy, you get a pen on this side and then you get a pencil on this side. And when I first saw this product, I thought it was going to change my life. I thought it was going to be revolutionary and I was just going to immediately fall in love with it. It was just like every time I used it, I was like, it's just okay. It's not like my absolute favorite die-hard pencil at the moment, but I still want to give you guys a little review and show you how it works if this is something that you think would be beneficial to you. So I'm just going to swatch this really quick. This is the pencil side, so as you can see, it makes really nice, really thin little pencil strokes. Really great for drawing hair-like strokes. And then this is the pen side. I'm not sure how easy you can see on camera, but it makes super fine little hair strokes. Oh crap. I accidentally just mixed them up and put the wrong side on the wrong end and totally just crushed the end of this pencil. So be careful of that. So this is the second shade that I purchased this in. This is in the color Neutral Nana, which this is the second darkest shade that they have. And as you can see, it's not super dark, showing up on my hand here. It's not a super dark color and their darkest shade is not even black. It's still a brown. So it's kind of weird to me, the colors that they chose for this pen, but it is what it is. The first shade that I bought, I want to say was sugar, brown sugar maybe. But that shade was in the description what I thought was going to be my right shade, like a soft brown, but it was actually just a very light brown shade and it just didn't work for me and I didn't like how it looked and I still don't really like the color on this pencil. I just am not super happy with the color range that they selected for this pen. But enough of me yapping, let's go ahead and test this out. So we're going to do the pencil side first. One thing to note about the pencil on this is that it's very pigmented, so you have to go in with a super light hand, otherwise you're going to apply too much product and it's going to look a little bit heavy. So you just want to apply with a super light hand and kind of start feathering in the brow strokes. Even just the lightest amount of pressure gives you a good amount of product. So I really just like to start by sculpting out the bottom of the brow and then I just kind of go in with the pencil and fill it in. So as you can see, it was super quick and super easy for me to fill in my brow just now. Barely touched it and it's pretty filled in and looks pretty good. As you can see, my hair is probably a medium-ish. I wouldn't even say my hair is dark brown. It's probably a medium brown. And this shade is just still almost not dark enough for me. And this is the second deepest shade. Like, I just feel like it, for the second to last shade, this should be like a really dark brown, right? But it's not. This does not have a spoolie, so I just like to go through with the spoolie and kind of comb through that product. And then I like to go in to the pen side, and I just like to go through and just kind of lightly draw in little hairs. And to me, it just adds like another layer of dimension to your brows. And it's nice to just kind of go and clean up the edges a little bit where we just use the pencil. And it just makes everything look super, super sharp and precise and really great. And then I'm gonna set this side with a little bit of the NYX Control Freak brow gel. And then for this side, we're gonna do my regular method, which is either the Maybelline Temptation brow pencil or the Anastasia Brow Wiz for the pencil, and then we go in with the MAC Shape and Shade, because this one does not have a pencil on the end. This one just has a smudger, and for me personally, I don't like the smudger. It's really just not my preferred method for filling in my brows. So today I'm just gonna use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Dark Brown. And I just picked up a new one of these from Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty for half off, which is awesome. I just love the control of this pencil so much more than the brow blade, just because you have to press a little bit harder in order to get the product to go on. So I feel like it gives you a little bit more control, and I just feel like it gives me personally a little bit of a better outcome. And I don't really use the pencil too much to fill in the front part of my brow. I kind of leave that to the pen, and I really just focus on the outer half of the brow. So I'm not really sure how well the color difference is coming across on camera, but the brow blade side is just a little bit warmer than I like for my coloring, for my face, for my hair. And this dark brown color is just a little bit more cool tone, so I feel like it complements my skin tone a little bit better. So now I'm just gonna swatch this guy so you guys can see the color comparison on the back of my hand. This is the brow blade, a little bit warmer, and this is the MAC Shape and Shade, a little bit cooler. So you can also see that the brow blade creates a little bit thinner and more sharp lines, which I actually really do like. But this one is gonna be a little bit of a wider pen, so it's gonna give you not as thin and precise lines, but I do prefer the color of this one so much more. This one is initially a lot more pigmented than this one, so I feel like it's almost easier to mess up with the brow blade pencil. It just makes it like, if you do one line out of place, you're like, oh man, and you kind of have to wipe it off and fix it, versus this one is just not as pigmented, so you kind of have to go over it a little bit more. And then going back in with the brow gel. All right, so now that both of the brows are done, can you tell a difference that this side is warmer and this side is a little bit cooler? I just prefer the color of this side a little bit better on me. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the brow blade. So we have the pen applicator on this side, and I really do like the really thin and really precise application of this pen tip compared to the MAC's pen tip. I'll put them side by side here. So this is them side by side here. You can see that there's a pretty dramatic size difference between the two of them. So I really do prefer the size of the pen on the brow blade. I think that the size is perfect. However, the pigmentation and the color are two really big kind of issues for me personally. I wish that this one was about as pigmented as the MAC one is. It's just when you make one wrong move, it's very obvious because it's so pigmented in there. And I don't know, some people probably really like that it's very pigmented. For example, if you have very, very sparse brows and you really need that detail and to fill in and get those fine hair-like strokes, I'm sure you probably would like that it's very pigmented because it really shows up and gives a little bit of a more dramatic brow hair effect. But for me, I prefer the pigmentation of the MAC side just because I feel like you can build it where you want it, but it doesn't immediately go on so pigmented and so obvious that I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I just prefer it a little bit better. And then the color of this one, I don't know why, I'm just not very happy with the color range that was selected for this product. I don't think that it went deep enough, and then I don't think that they really created very many cool tone colors. I think the majority of all the colors, and I even went in store and I swatched all of the colors on my hand to try to find the perfect shade. This was the one that was best for me, but it was still warm, and I really wanted a more cool toned color, and they just really didn't have that. Kind of a soft to dark brown, and they did not have any kind of color that was more cool toned. This was the most cool toned shade, and as you can see between my two brows here, this one is still much warmer than this side. So I prefer the pen applicator of this side, but I prefer the color and the pigmentation of the MAC pencil personally. Now, the fact that this one has a pencil end cap versus this one having a smudger end cap is another thing to point out. I really do like the fact that this does have a pencil. Again, I wish the color was different, but I really do like the fact that it does have a pencil on this side, so you don't have to go out and get another product to use with this one. If you're wanting a pencil or wanting more definition on your brows, you're going to need something more than just the smudger and the pen. You need some kind of pencil and something to give you a little bit more grip and control in your brows, where the smudger side just really doesn't give you that kind of control. I do think that it goes on super easily, so a little bit of product really goes a long way. But again, because it is so soft, it does require you to be very careful, because it really does go on so easily, and you really kind of have to take your time with it so that you don't go like outside of the lines and kind of mess up your brow shape that you're going for, or you're just going to have to go in and clean up your brows with some concealer afterwards. And I'm just not one that really spends a ton of time going back in and cleaning up with concealer. I'd rather just kind of go in with the pencil and like be done with it. So I would say that while the shape of the Brow Blades pencil is very similar to the Anastasia pencil, I don't think that they apply the same way, and I don't think that the product is the same. To show you the size comparison of the pencils, here is the Brow Blade next to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. But I just think the cooler side looks a little bit better, and it's a little bit easier to control and apply, and I just think overall the finished result looks a little bit better than the Brow Blade side. I don't know. These two products definitely have their differences. The MAC pencil is, I believe, $21 or $22. Again, I don't really get a lot of use out of the smudger side, but I do like to use it in conjunction with the pencil. It's kind of unfortunate that I have to use more than one eyebrow product. Obviously, the Brow Blade allows you to just have the one product with the pencil and a pen, but again, the color range to me, maybe it's just because it's new, just seems a little bit more limiting. If you want a cooler tone shade, you're not going to find it within the Brow Blade realm. Even if this product was this color, I would still lean more towards the MAC Shape and Shade pencil in conjunction with another eyebrow pencil. I just prefer the way that it applies and the way that it lasts and the way that it looks. I'm just not a huge crazy lover of the super creamy pencil with the really pigmented pen. So I hope that all makes sense. Kind of like jumbly, but that's just like my thoughts after I've used this pencil multiple times, and I just kind of wanted to get this out there and let you guys know my thoughts about this Brow Blade if you guys are considering it. I'm actually going to go pick up some plants today, so this is the extent of my makeup for today. I'm just literally running out and gonna go buy some plants, and I'm really excited to get these plants because I have been wanting them for a super long time, and I finally like sat down and did a lot of research and decided on the plants that I want. So I am gonna finally go out today and get the plants that I've been really wanting. So if you guys like these shorter type review videos, definitely give this a thumbs up. Let me know so I can do more videos like this in the future. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you in my next video.